Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by for yet another video. I do appreciate that, and as always I appreciate you. What we have here is a quick update on Typhoon Tembin. Now it says that it's heading for Vietnam after battering the Philippines. It says authorities prepare to move more than 1 million people, with 74,000 already relocated from vulnerable areas. It says authorities in Vietnam have prepared to move 1 million people from low-lying areas along the south coast as Typhoon approached after it battered the Philippines with floods and landslides that killed more than 230 people. Now, Typhoon Tembin is expected to slam into Vietnam late on Monday after hitting the Philippines just before Christmas. Vietnam's Disaster Prevention Committee says 74,000 people had been moved to safety from vulnerable areas, while authorities in 15 provinces and cities were preparing to move more than 1 million people. So it goes on to say that the government ordered that oil rigs and vessels be protected, and it said about 62,000 fishing boats should not venture out to sea. Vietnam must ensure the safety of its oil rigs and vessels. If necessary, close the oil rigs and evacuate workers, the Prime Minister said. Goes on to say that schools were ordered to close in the southern commercial hub of Ho Chi Minh City on Monday, a working day in Vietnam. On Sunday, Tembin hit the Spratly Islands in the South China Sea, parts of which are contested by several countries, including Vietnam and China. No casualties were reported in outposts there, however. Vietnam, like the Philippines, is regularly battered by typhoons that form over the warm waters of the Pacific and barrel westward into land. Tembin will be the 16th major storm to hit Vietnam this year. The storms and other disasters have left 390 people dead or missing, according to official figures. In the Philippines, rescue workers were still struggling to reach some remote areas hit by floods and landslides that Tembin's downpours brought. As the death toll climbed to more than 230, scores of people are still missing. The full extent of the devastation was only becoming clear as the most remote areas were being reached. Goes on to say that Arturo Simbajan, a health worker, said nearly the entire coastal village of Anugung on the Zamboanga Peninsula of Mindanao Island had been wiped out by a barrage of broken logs, boulders, and mud that swept down a river and out to sea. Now it says only the mosque was left standing. People were watching the rising sea, but did not expect the water to come from behind, he said. Now, head of the Manuel Luis Ochatorino, head of the Regional Disaster Agency, said he expected the death toll to rise. Many areas in Zamboanga Peninsula are still without power and communications. Some towns are cut off due to collapsed bridges, floods, and landslides, he said. Tens of thousands of people on Mindanao have been displaced by the storm, which struck late on Friday. The Philippines is battered by about 20 typhoons a year, and warnings are routinely issued, but disaster officials said many villagers had ignored warnings this time to get out of coastal areas and move away from the riverbanks. In 2013, Super Typhoon Haiyan killed nearly 8,000 people and left 200,000 families homeless in central Philippines. So, these storms we're seeing recently, maybe not as devastating as the one in 2013, Super Typhoon Haiyan. But at the same time, when you're battered by storm after storm, it's, this area just does not get a break. The more stories I share and read, it's just, my thoughts and prayers go out to everyone in this area. It just seems like they get battered over and over and over. And I just don't, how do they even have time to just kind of pick up the pieces, if you will, and rebuild and put everything back together when it seems like it's one storm after another? I just don't see how they do it, Yeah, I think that's going to be about it. I just wanted to get that update out to you guys real quick. And as more updates come in, I'm definitely going to get those out to you guys. But thanks for watching these videos and supporting the channel. We're growing every single day, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. Be sure to share, like, subscribe, and comment down below. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.